What's up, everybody? My name is Mr. B to the E to the N to the E to the F. Oh my God, this is very long. I am Mr. Beneficial. Thank you so much for tuning in into our very first edition of Myself and I. This is going to be epic. I can't even believe that I'm doing this right now. But hey, pay attention. Here's what's gonna happen.
Coming up next on Myself and I.
Kevin Hart is my biggest inspiration. Machali wa ara, machali wa chunga. This is the film that has never been done before. I don't see any doors here. I believe you'll be very well entertained as well as inspired of what we did. Now let's get this show on the road. I have with me one of the stars of this upcoming feature film. Now let's get... Wait, who are you? Me? I'm you. No, man, I'm me. How many times shall I say this? I am you. No, you're not me. Who are you? I'm Brian. That's very good. Then my name is Mr. Beneficial. So we agreed. You're Mr. Beneficial, I'm Brian, and you're not me. Well, okay. All right, Mr. Brian. Brian, tell me about yourself. My name is Brian and I live in Mrikaria. I was brought on this earth 25 years ago, 31st January, in Arusha. So you're from Arusha. Have you been there your entire life? Well, I've been there, but in 2016 I had to move to Dar es Salaam for my university studies at the University of Dar es Salaam. Well, that's wonderful. How did you get started in acting? I mean, what inspired you really? It really started from home. I'm blessed to have a family that doesn't take itself too seriously. So acting and comedy is just something that we used to do at home. I also just like to make up stories. You know, I must be sitting with my friends, wherever am I, at school, in the streets, at church, and I could just make up stories just to lighten up the mood. But one day, there was someone who apparently was observing me from a distance. Then he approached me and told me he knows someone who was thinking about starting a show of some kind, and I should get in touch with him. So I reached out and we did our first show in Arusha. And from there, it's history. That's really how I got started organically. Do you have anybody in your family that is in a creative media, filmmaking, acting, anyone who is doing this in a professional level? Do you have one? Absolutely. My uncle, his name is Maganga Guruko. He was an artist and he used to perform on the radio in Arusha, making jingles for commercial, and I really liked what he was doing. So that's my inspiration from a member of a family. Can you tell me how much support do you get from your family? Like, do you get any support from them? They're the greatest. They're the best people I've ever had in my life. What people don't know is I remember my first stand-up comedy show. My mother was my first hair and makeup artist. She designed me for that night. She just told me, like, you know, you have to kill it. She has been very supportive. She could call me in the midnight and tell me about a story that I could develop it to become a skit. I just want to tell my mother right now, like, thank you very much. And I don't know if there's anything that I could do more than what I'm doing right now. Making her proud wherever I am. But also my grandmother. So talking about the support in my family, she has been there for me. I think I am lucky to have such a supportive family. Do you have anybody in Hollywood that you like? I mean, that inspires you? I have a lot of those when it comes to comedy. Kevin Hart is my biggest inspiration. Oh, really? I also like Kevin Hart too. I think that he's very well-rounded, as he can kill up on the stage in stand-up comedy and at the same time perform like a champ in front of a camera. with other actors. So I definitely look up on Kevin Hart. Oh, that's amazing. I like Kevin too. Kevin is actually great. Now tell me, what kind of project did you do that made you famous? What made you me? They make you, man. It made me. I really started with comedy, doing short skits and eventually stand-up comedy. When I started working with Timamu Comedy, I played a number of characters that were somewhat successfully. As you know, I'm from Arusha. Shout out to a town, yo, a city's in the house. Machali wa ara, machali wa chuga, aikatai, aikatox, yedede. In Arusha, we embrace our identity and particularly the swag. So from that, I developed this character, Chalia Ara, Chalia Chuga. And this was back in 2018. People loved it, especially people from Arusha. So Chalia Ara put me on the map. Now question. So now you have moved your base to Washington, D.C. Why did you do that? Why did you move from there? We always talk about growth. You always have to move forward and grow. So when it comes to the film industry, US is the DA of the world. This is where the movie magic started. And it is done at a very high level. So for me personally, as a comedian, aspiring actor, and a filmmaker, there was no better place for me to go learn and grow my craft. So my move here is an investment on myself. Well, that makes sense. Now, we all know the world is suffering from COVID-19 pandemic. How has it affected you and your projects? Well, just like everywhere else, Corona basically shut down the world. So there were multitudes of plans, but most had to be put on hold. Also, we had an opportunity to critically think outside the box in order to keep the art alive. We had to adapt the so-called new normal. So with this new project, we were able to find a silver lining from this dark cloud. That is the Corona pandemic. So what precaution have you been taking to protect yourself? Of course, we follow the science and adhere the social distancing, the mask and overall cleanliness guidelines. And that is when we normally go out of the house and when we come in the house, we make sure we follow all the guidelines that we are told to follow. And we also take care about what we eat, the diet. We make sure we eat things that can help us with our immune systems to fight potentially the harmful viruses. So we listen to the scientists and not the politicians. Oh, you have to listen to the scientists. Now, have you done any project since you've been to the US? Yes, I've done a couple of projects. We did one in Texas, Chicago, and here in Washington, D.C., where nothing else is born. So nothing else? Okay. Now tell me, how did the whole project come about? So as I said before, we had to sit down and adapt to the new normal. So we put together our creative minds and came up with a story that reflects the current situation and also the historic nature of the period that we're living in. We wanted to show that you can utilize just what's around you and still create art that people can not only be entertained by, but also inspired to continue to strive for what they want regardless of the outside forces. I understand you got a trailer for us, but before we show it, do you have anything you want to say to your fans? Well, I've been waiting for that part in a very long time. Now, let me just say this. This is the film that has never been done before, where everything happened in the same place in real time. I would like to think it will showcase the talent we Tanzanians possess, and we just have to be willing to go out on faith and just do it. I believe you'll be very well entertained as well as inspired of what we did. Of course, you can find the trailer on my social media, but make sure you visit www.nothingelsemovie.com. There, you'll find everything about Nothing Else. Okay guys, Now it's the time. This is nothing else. The trailer.
Where are you right now? Somewhere safe? What will you do if I tell you everything and everyone you think you know is gone? What is this place? What the hell?
Can anyone hear me? Hello? Who are you?
Listen, man, we don't have time. We need to get out of here. Someone is coming.
Who is coming?
I don't know, but he's coming to kill both of us.
I don't see any doors here.
Hello there. I know you must be confused. You don't know how you get here, and you have no idea how to get out. But believe me, if you don't want to stay enjoying your time in here, there is nothing else you can do.
Come on! Where are you, motherfucker?
Hey, calm down, man. We all gonna die here. But if we don't, I'll take you to Tanzania. You'll love Mount Kilimanjaro.
Shut up, bro. I don't want to play your fucking game. Show me the way out.